What happens is that when you are young, your mind is set and you assume the rest of the world and the rest of your life and the rest of history will be the same. For example, in critical years in my life, the World Series was between the Yankees and the Braves. And I concluded as a young kid that the World Series was always supposed to be the Yankees and the Braves. It was a while it took me before I learned that it was actually two different teams each year, or at least the Yankees each year and some other team. And then, at a critical moment in my teenage years, I discovered that the great music were Elvis and then Neil Diamond. That's still true, so we'll leave that. Here's the question. Will it always be an American world? And the answer is no. Look at the front of your handout to the second quote. Look around. The tallest building in the world is now in Taipei, and it will soon be overtaken by one being built in Dubai. The world's richest man is Mexican, and its largest publicly traded corporation is Chinese. The world's biggest plane is built in Russia and Ukraine. Its leading refinery is under construction in India, and its largest factories are all in China. London is becoming the leading financial center, and the United Arab Emirates is home to the most richly endowed investment fund. Once quintessentially American icons have been appropriated by foreigners. The world's largest Ferris wheel is not at Fair Park. It's in Singapore. Its #1 casino is not in Las Vegas, but in Macau, which has also overtaken Vegas in annual gambling revenues. The biggest movie industry in terms of both movies made and tickets sold is Bollywood, not Hollywood. Even shopping, America's greatest sporting activity, has gone global. Of the top 10 malls in the world, only one is in the United States. The world's biggest mall is in Beijing. Such lists are arbitrary, but it is striking that only 10 years ago, America was at the top in many, if not most, of these categories. We're going to go back to this page, but turn for a moment to the second page. This is breathtaking. It's the section called Some Numbers. In 1978, 200 air conditioners were sold in China. 200 in all of China. In 2005, 48 million air conditioners were sold in China. That is industrialization at a rapid pace. In 2001, 400,000 cars were sold to first-time car buyers in India. In 2007, 6 million cars. In 2001, 200,000 cars were sold to first-time car buyers in China. In 2007, 9 million cars. 1978, you take all of the total exports from China for the entire year, and in 2007, China exported more in one day than in all of the year of 1978. In 2007, of the 20 fastest growing cities in the world, all 20 were in China. And this last one ought to take your breath away. In 2010, there will be more Starbucks in China than in the United States. The world is changing. And that's the premise of the book by Fareed Zakaria, The Post-American World. And I'm going to read you some of the quotes now. Go back to the front page. And we're going to see that he is not saying, and this is very important to understand, he's not saying that America is in decline. He is saying that the rest of the world is in ascendancy. And because of that, the percentages of everything are going to be changing, and the impact and influence and raw power of the United States is going to be diminished.